Hello. So I have accepted this idea that nothing is permanent. I believe it and I know it, and I genuinely know. Many of you don't know it, that nothing is permanent, because you don't even have time to think about the very foundational questions of life. Most of the society is running just the way it is programmed, and there is no self programming, self questioning, self understanding of life. Whatever it is through society, and whatever narrative that they have put in your head, you accept that. But to me, I want to talk about my new understanding for the last 2 years, and making my life and adapting to this idea that nothing is permanent. It's not just an idea, it's a fact, and we all know that. But when somebody talks this way, society calls them, oh, you're becoming very philosophical, now you wanna become different from the society, you are turning spiritual, philosophical, you want to renounce everything, you want to renounce the world, everything, leave everything. But whatever society can't accept, they just blame it, and they just put them under a negative light. So I don't care if everyone calls me philosophical. Nothing is bad about being philosophical. It's just a word that people use to shame others. It's a good word. Being philosophical is a good word. Philosophers are the people who can question, who can think about life, and are not robots, programmed robots. Like machines. Philosophers are not machines. Religious people are machines. You say they are talking about God, spirituality. No, they're talking from books. I'm not talking from books. I don't talk from books. I only talk from my own understanding. I may learn a lot of things from other people, from books, because books are stories. People tell their stories directly, or people tell them in books. I might have learned a lot of things. I might have shaped my identity and life with the help of that learning. But I'm not dying to support anything like social people do. If they listen to a guru, they want to protect their entire identity. If you talk bad about my guru, I will rip you off. You will have to face me. It is my responsibility to protect the identity of my guru, my God, my religious texts, my country, my language. It is my authority. Oh, you are nothing. You're just living under a fake idea that you are valuable, and that that you will be able to protect anything. Nothing is permanent. Everything will die. And I have accepted this idea of impermanency. And it does not only come from the bookish language. I'm much more smarter than that. I'm much more smarter than you people who are social and who cannot listen or digest anything away from their social identity or their social narrative. But I'm much more smarter. I have a lot of time with myself to sit and think about life. And I pity people who believe that something can be permanent. Religions were not here. They evolved with time. People made them. Many gods were not there. People made them. They were, it's a work of evolution. People invented gods. People even invented religions. Many religions died. Religions that are today will die in future. They will. There is nothing called permanent. The relationships that you build in assumption that they are permanent, they are not permanent. Your children are not permanent with you. Your children have a different life, and you think that you own them, that they will take care of you because you have reproduced them and you have given them education so that they only follow your footstep. They do not use their own conscious brain, but they will use their own understanding. Maybe they will use someone else's understanding, but it will not be yours. They will. And if you try to implicate your ideas, your planning on them, your planning of them taking care of you, supporting you financially, it doesn't matter. They will grow, they will evolve. I'm not saying that definitely towards their consciousness, but maybe they will learn a new idea of life that they would get away from you. Maybe they will go somewhere else to study. Maybe they become more focused towards their spouse. Maybe they will become more focused towards their own children, exactly the way you were, because you wanted to create an old age insurance plan in form of your children. But what if you are not able to claim that insurance? What if the spouse you got married to in thinking that, oh, I do not want to be lonely in my old age? What if you get divorced? What if your partner dies before you? What if something unexpected happens? Your planning collapses, your idea about life collapses, and you suffer and you struggle and you go into depression. You know, why do men die early? Men die within 2 or 3 years after their wife's death, and women live way longer after their husband's death. Because men are more social creatures. They have their identity wrapped around what they have gathered in form of their children and wife, because they have authority over their wives. They could beat them, they could abuse them, and even if they were a little more sophisticated, they would not beat or abuse their wives, but they were the leaders. Now when their wife is dead, the entire identity collapses, the pride collapses. They have nothing to feel approved of. They have nothing left, so they die. Like, you need some purpose in life, na? If you are a social cockroach, social cockroaches need a purpose. Now when they are so old, when they cannot acquire a new purpose in life, now when their wife is dead, so they are also dead. Their identity collapses because their new purpose and new ambition cannot be acquired now in this old age. They are not capable of that. Maybe in early age, around 30, 35 or 40 maybe, if their wives die at that age, men would live long enough. They would find another purpose, because social cockroaches do find purpose. Their entire identity is wrapped around a purpose, and if there is no purpose, there is no life. That is how shallow you people are. That is how shallow society is. But as I said, nothing is permanent. Everything will collapse. And the more you have, surrendered your identity and your own happiness to a purpose or to other people or to other expectations, the more vulnerable you are to face mental pain, physical pain in future. But what if you, in an early age, understand and accept this fact that you are alone and nothing is permanent, and then you find peace in your own self, because peace can be found within your own self, and peace only comes from within, not from outside. Whatever peace or peace can't come. Whatever happiness comes from outside is momentarily conditional and situational. It cannot last forever. If you want your happiness to last forever, it should come from within, from your own understanding, and not from the expectation of society, because the expectation of the society will keep changing, and the standard will keep going high and high and high, and you will die following and matching the standard. But now if you understand that okay, nothing matters, what all matters is your own happiness and freedom and your contentment, which should not be dependent on others. Now you accept it. Now you know that you are alone, but you are happy. I am alone, I know I am alone, but it doesn't bring me any anxiety or any depression. Oh, earlier it used to. When I used to hear philosophers or read books or some important teachers say that you are alone. Earlier, when I was also a social cockroach, I felt so afraid, like what will happen if I will be alone. But the understanding is different now. Earlier, my identity depended on other people, on feeling that I will always be surrounded by people, and that everything is permanent around me. Whatever I create, whatever I make, whatever people I gather around myself will be permanent. But now this reality hit me, because we all in ourselves know that we are all alone, nothing is permanent, but we are all distracting from it because it is painful. Accepted that in the initial phase it will feel painful, it is so painful because your ego is attached to it, your emotions are dependent. So earlier, yes, it gave me pain whenever I thought about it, so I distracted myself. You know how people distract themselves? Just the way I did. They stop thinking about it, they stop giving any importance to this fact. This is a fact. This is not an idea. It is not theory. It is fact. Look around yourself. Everyone is alone. Maybe not physically, maybe not socially alone, but in their own head they are alone. And they will be alone at some point of time, and they will die. And the belief of them that permanency exists, it will collapse. That is why when people are very old, whenever you ask them whatever you like, if you regret anything in your life, all of them would say that I could have done this. I played safe. I looked for permanency, and I did not take risk. I did not allow myself freedom. They will all say this because now at the end they all come to an understanding that whatever they were trying to achieve desperately was not permanent, and what they missed because of that. So if young people are watching me and hearing me, I would encourage you people that you should understand in the early phase of your life, and in whichever phase of life you people are, whatever age you have, understand with happiness that you are alone. We are all alone, and there is no permanency in life. Nothing can be permanent. No relationship, no achievement, nothing. What matters for you today will not matter for you tomorrow. Maybe you are crazy, dying to achieve something. Maybe you're dying to be of use to the society, crack an exam, or hit a career. After 30-40 years you will not even care about it. You will say, I just missed happiness in my life. I just missed on everything just to follow a pattern. I know it's not easy to sit with this idea, this fact that you are alone and nothing is permanent. It is difficult. Not easy. It was not easy for me. But this is the truth. It is not bitter truth. Society keeps you away from truth. The entire social narrative keeps you away from truth. It made you believe that everything is permanent. so that you do not face the truth, because truth will set you free. And if you understand and accept the truth, society will not no longer be able to control you. If you accept this truth and you start enjoying your life, you start, you know, being happy with your presence and not seek anything permanent. If you start doing that, capitalistic society will collapse. Their businesses, you know, gathered around you, burdening you based on your, you know, huge dreams and idea of permanency. Like they will convince you to buy anything, to own anything, to have relationships, to surround yourself with so many people and get married and have children. They convince you so that their business keeps running. If the entire humanity will understand the truth of loneliness and impermanency, the society will collapse. And I really want the society to collapse. It's just making people inhuman, making people not realize that the real truth, nothing above love and freedom, self-love, self-freedom. That's it. I'll see you again in another video. Bye.